Okay, this one ain't so bumpy. Oh, neither is this one. Okay, this look cute. Your girl look cute. So welcome back. I did some large box braids. I already washed and moisturized my hair. I didn't have enough time to really condition and deep condition my hair properly. I just made sure to use this African Pride leave-in cream. I used some Eden Body Works natural curl defining cream. Then to seal in moisture, I used some Do Grow hair vitalizer, sorry. And I used it to twist up my hair and just kind of prep it for braids. Now that isn't the way I would usually go. I usually try to deep condition my hair, trim it, all that good stuff. As you can tell by the end right here, it's not ideal to be put back into braids. I used the rubber band method all over my head. You guys can see they're really pretty large sections. I really wanted them like that because I didn't have enough time. I still have some homework to do. It stretched a little bit, and then I twisted it in every single one of my sections. My hair is in a twist. Then I parted my hair using a rat tail comb, and I put my hair in a little twist. See how glossy it is? That's so pretty. Put my hair in a little twist for each braid just to keep in the moisture, seal it in. And it's easier for me to braid, even though they're a little janky. It's just easier to braid my hair in mini twists than it is my hair just like flying free. I only have one more left. I just wanted to show you guys how I usually braid my hair. I'm still getting better. I'm not perfect at it, but hopefully they'll get smoother and not so bumpy. Well, this one ain't so bumpy. Oh, neither is this one. Okay. Maybe I'm not that bad. Wow. Okay, maybe good at this. These are pretty big sections. I had already started with turning this one section into two. So there's some skinny braids in the back of my head, and if I pull them all to the front, you can kind of see them, but the closer I got to the top, I just made them bigger because I preferred them bigger. And I made sure to add one or two small ones at the top so it looks a little even. I don't feather these. I know people usually feather their braiding hair. I prefer to put a rubber band to the end or braid to the end, and then I kind of just trim around to make it look feathered. And this hair, as I've been doing it, actually came out pretty feathered. Like with almost all the braids, it's pretty even, and it just kind of feathers through on its own. You'll even see it after I've dipped it in hot water, how feathery they're gonna be. It's not like perfect. It definitely needs a little bit more trimming, but it's much more feathered than when I usually do braids, and they're like very blunt cut sometimes. So the method I usually choose, and I don't do the cross method, just straighten out the hair a little bit. Usually where the crimp is directly where the hair will be even and meet at the end of the hair perfectly even, if that makes sense. And I'm just gonna use the loop and put it right on top of my hair, over it. Then I'm going to pull my hair and tug it pretty tightly and securely, because these are jumbo and you don't want them to fall out. You're going to twist the braiding hair underneath your real hair, still holding this twist tight, your natural hair secure. You're going to bring that underneath a strand of the braiding hair. Then you're just gonna start braiding as usual. I'm not 100% sure if this is making the most sense to you guys, but hopefully the video is helpful enough for you guys to see. You just braid as you would, but I braid like over my hair, not underneath my hair. And then before I get too close to the bottom, I'm going to take some piece of hair from one of the braids, like this. Oh, ignore that, that's just a rubber band on my hand. I'm just going to braid as usual, just so the braid will have an even look. Okay, And that's pretty much it. I just braid all the way to the bottom. I wish I had a tip for people who want to tuck their hair in, like their braid. I sometimes have to go back a little bit. And what I usually do, if you guys can see my hair just peeking out there, is I wrap the hair or tuck it inside the braiding hair. And I kind of coil it like a cocoon above and around my natural hair. And then hold on to that securely and put that back into the braid. And it will not pop out. The top of my hair might usually get a little frizzy, like where the actual hair is just braid hair, braid hair, braid hair. But where my hair is actually coiled, it won't pop out. Then just braid as usual and braid all the way down to the bottom. And you could take some bits and pieces from other strands of hair so that it can be evenly braided all the way down to the bottom. And then I put a rubber band all the way at the bottom of my hair to secure it, because this is a very loose textured hair. This isn't Marley hair, so it's gonna unravel in like 2 seconds if I don't like knot it at the bottom. When I dip it in hot water, it might leave a little bit of a crimp, but it's not gonna be that noticeable. Oh, this looks cute. Your girl look cute. But now I'm all done, I'm going to trim the braids. So you see all these? I gotta go, because even when you dip it in hot water, it is still going to frizz up. Like when you go to sleep, even if you have your satin bonnet, if you sleep without your bonnet, or even if you do sleep with your bonnet, after like a day or two, you eventually have these frizzies out here. No amount of hot water is gonna stop this. You gotta make sure to cut it off before you drop it in the hot water, because when you drop it in the hot water, however it went in, after it's dry and like fully dry, it won't come out with these after a couple days. So we're just gonna chop off some. And you really only have to chop off the end part. That's where a lot of the frizzies are, because obviously you took hair from other braids. So those shorter pieces are sticking out usually. And you just want to get rid of those. Now, you don't have to chop. You don't have to cut from usually up here, because that's usually your regular hair if you braided pretty well. If you see something like that that's right at the top of my hair, you guys see that? That can be trimmed, because I know it's not my hair. It's too straight. My hair is a beautiful kinky curly hair. And these ends, let me show you guys these ends. You could just trim this and just make it a little bit more even. I usually trim like a V, so it just looks a little bit more uniformed, like a proper trim. This one's really bad. Let me do it on this side. You guys can see. And just go upward like that. And let me just trim the rest. And then I'll go dip it in some hot water and I'll show you guys the end result.